Hi everyone and welcome to today's online camp session. My name is Sophie and this is going to be my second summer at camp at the Equestrian Center. And this is Pick, and together we are going to show you today what's happening before you arrive for your riding lesson and how we get the horses ready for you.
Pick, as well as the camp horses, spend most of their time outside in the pasture, so of course they get dirty and we want to make them nice and clean before riding. We start off with using a rubber curry comb, and this brush helps loosen dirt and hair. Especially in spring when horses lose their winter coat, it's necessary to give them a good brush with the curry comb. I'm doing circular motions across the horse's body, but I do mostly leave out the legs and the face, because the brush is more on the harder and stiffer side, and it can be a little bit harsh when used on more bony and sensitive areas of the horse, like the horse's legs and the face are. Besides loosening dirt and hair, it also gives horses a nice massage and it improves blood circulation. So there certainly are some health benefits to it. It is basically a pre-workout massage. It's not only a beauty treatment. The next thing I'm using is this stiff bristled brush, and it works perfectly to remove all the dirt and hair that got stirred up by using the curry comb previously. We want to make sure that it's used in the same direction as the hair grows. That's mostly from the front of the horse towards the back of the horse. We always pay special attention to cleaning the saddle and girth area, because when some dirt or mud is stuck in the fur underneath the saddle or the saddle girth, it can lead to itchiness, chafing, or even bruises. So it's definitely not comfortable. I'm also using the stiff brush on the legs and on the horse's face, but I still want to make sure to not brush over the horse's eye or the nostrils though. Grooming time is definitely bonding time as well. Every horse I've met so far enjoys getting thrashed, so it's a really important part of forming a relationship between horse and rider, and you can definitely see how Flick is enjoying it as well. The third and last brush we're using is some kind of soft body brush. It mostly removes the last bits of dust and adds some more shine to the horse's coat. We can use the soft body brush on the whole body of the horse, for example the ears and the face as well. And while brushing the horse, we also check for swellings or other eventual injuries. Brushing time also gives us some kind of a sense of the mood the horse is in today. This is really important for riding, because sometimes horses have a bad day as well. For example, they can be more fidgety and spooky, and then you want to adjust your plans so you both have a good experience. And I think Flick definitely feels good snacking on the fence and being totally relaxed. Then we are taking care of the horse's hooves by using a hoof pick. Hoof picks usually consist of a metal hook on one side and a very stiff brush on the other side. I start off with scraping the dirt off the hooves on the outside, checking for cracks or tears in the hooves. Then I ask the horse to lift its leg up, and we are scraping out all the crevices on the bottom of the hoof. When looking closely, you can eventually see some kind of a V shape. This V shape lies between the softer part of the hoof called frog and the harder parts, which are called bars. And this V-shaped crevice, dirt, manure and even rocks easily get stuck. This can lead to discomfort and lameness, so you definitely want to get rid of that before riding. Removing mud and dirt can also help preventing a hoof thrush. A hoof thrush is a very common bacterial infection among horses, and it affects the soft parts of the horse's hoof. That's the area on the inside of the V shape. If a horse has a hoof thrush, this area starts to dissolve and crumble, and it also smells very badly. So again, there are many health benefits to picking out and cleaning the hooves. When using the hoof pick, we always want to pick away from our body, not towards our body, to not risk getting injured. Generally, we have to be careful for the horse to not step on our toes when it puts its foot back to the ground, because that can be really painful. Always watch your feet around horses. I know from experience. Next thing I'm using is this mane brush, and it's basically the same as a brush for human hair. I start from the bottom of the mane and brush my way up to the scalp to loosen up knots in the mane and pull out hair or burrs that are eventually stuck in the mane. Of course, it also helps making him look nicer and prettier for the lesson. Flick really loves forehead scratches, as you can see. And we are also taking care of the tail. And when brushing the horse's tail, we always want to stand next to the horse and not behind it to prevent getting kicked in case it spooks or whatever happens. Just remember, never walk or stand behind a horse. Again, I start from the bottom and brush all my way up. Now we are ready to tack the horse up. This is Flick's saddle and the saddle pad. It's a basic English all-purpose saddle and very similar to those we use at camp, and that's the girth. There's 2 buckles on each end, with one end having elastic straps and the other end leather straps. That's Flick's English bridle. This is the noseband. This is the brow band that runs across the forehead, the crown piece stays behind the ears, and of course the reins, which are attached to the bit. Flick has a double jointed snaffle bit. That's the same style of bit we use, for example, on Nemo at camp. For the correct saddle position, we place the front part of the saddle on the withers and slide it back slightly. I also lift up the saddle pad underneath the saddle so it doesn't put pressure on the spine. Then I take the girth and start with attaching the leather end buckles to the right side of the saddle. There are 3 straps and we want to use the 2 outside straps because the middle strap is just an emergency strap in case one of the other 2 breaks, so you don't have to throw the whole saddle away and can continue using it. The saddle gets tightened with the elastic end of the straps and we want the saddle to sit firmly and not slide off, but also not too tight. The rule of thumb is to pull up each strap with the same force you would need to lift up about 22 pounds. So that's my 22 pounds lifting face you see right there. Then we put on the bridle, starting with sliding the reins over the horse's head. Flick is a very good boy, so he just grabs the bit by himself. While riding, it rests on the interdental space between the horse's teeth. I just have to slide the crown band over his ears and make sure that the mane looks nicely and nothing is twinging. Everything has to be straight and symmetrical as well. The throat ledge can be closed rather loosely. So you can see 4 or 5 fingers can easily fit underneath it. And then I close the noseband. The noseband runs around the horse's nose. And when tightening it, I make sure that at least 2 fingers easily fit between the strap and the horse. Flick's bridle also has a flash strap, and I want to make sure that again 2 to 3 fingers fit between the strap and the horse. Now I just need to grab my helmet and we're ready to go. And again, after your lesson, we untack the horses, starting with opening up the buckles on the noseband and the throat ledge. The tricky part after every lesson definitely is having a half loose, hungry horse and some green grass. And especially Sherlock, Katniss and Crackers just couldn't think of anything else than snacking after riding time last summer. There was often no chance for me to quickly put a halter on them. Flick also thinks that some playtime and scratches with the hose could be more fun than putting a halter on right now. But don't worry, he'll get enough grass and scratches, hay and grains and everything else once we are done here. Then we deattach the girth and everything gets stored in the tack room. Flick got a little bit sweaty today, so he's getting a quick hose off in the saddle area. Otherwise, horses could develop some skin issues, or it just doesn't feel good and is itchy. You want to wash your clothes after sports as well, right? And of course, he's having a drink as well.
Kannst mehr Zeit mit dem Flosi verbringen. Aber der Rudi hat gesagt, beim Ausreiten ist er voll brav.
I then use a sweat scraper. That's basically a window cleaner for horses. And this sweat scraper helps removing excess water so the horse dries up faster. It's still quite chilly here during the nights, so I don't want him to get cold. About once a week we apply hoof dressing on the clean hoofs, and this hoof dressing helps keeping the hoofs moisturized and healthy. Additionally, the farrier takes care of the horse's hoofs every 4 to 6 weeks. Dinner is set up as well, some hay and a mix of grain. And now we are all done. Thank you for joining to today's online camp session. I hope to see you all soon back at camp, and until then, keep the fires burning. Bye!